Imagine a future in the year 2050 where humans have not only set foot on Mars, but have also built a real city on the red planet. The journey from pioneering missions to establishing a new life beyond Earth is gradually becoming a reality, and no one has driven this vision more powerfully than Elon Musk. He doesn't just dream of sending humanity to Mars, he is committed to making it happen within this decade. That's why he founded SpaceX, a space organization with a mission that goes beyond what NASA was capable of at the time, reigniting the passion for space exploration and turning space into a practical destination for humanity. And he has succeeded. By 2050, SpaceX will not only be a leader in spacecraft design and space travel plans, but will also aim to be the first organization to establish a human settlement on Mars. But Musk's vision goes beyond merely setting foot on the Martian surface. He doesn't want Mars to be just another historical milestone, like what humanity did with the Moon. Instead, he envisions building a true civilization there, a self-sustaining colony where humanity can embark on a new chapter in the history of space exploration. And by 2050, that dream may finally become a reality as the first human cities on Mars begin to take shape. You might be thinking, a colony on Mars would be amazing, but is it really possible in the near future? The answer is yes, but it won't be easy. Establishing a civilization on the red planet requires time, advanced technology, and massive resources. However, significant progress has already been made, especially with SpaceX's Starship. The biggest challenge isn't just surviving on Mars, it's getting there in the first place. For decades, humanity had only limited means to reach the Moon and return safely, and even that was fraught with difficulties. Remember Apollo 13? Now, SpaceX has developed Starship, a spacecraft that is faster, more powerful, and most importantly, reusable. These ships can operate in space, return to Earth, be re-equipped, and embark on future missions. Starship will be the vehicle that takes us to Mars to build a colony. Elon Musk has set an ambitious goal, launching each Starship an average of 3 times a day. Each vessel can carry up to 100 tons of cargo into orbit, amounting to about 100,000 tons per year if this launch rate is sustained. That number sounds impressive, and it is, but it's not just speculation. In reality, it's based on the laws of physics and the logistics of space travel. One crucial factor in reaching Mars is the concept of launch windows, specific periods when Earth and Mars are optimally aligned to allow for the most efficient journey between the two planets. Imagine our solar system. Each planet orbits the Sun at its own pace. For example, Mercury completes an orbit in just 88 days, while Earth takes 365 days. What about Mars? Its orbit lasts 687 days, almost twice as long as Earth's. This means Earth and Mars only align favorably at specific intervals, creating ideal launch windows. Musk and NASA understand this well. Their goal isn't just to send people to Mars, but to ensure that when we arrive, we have enough resources to establish a sustainable foundation. Musk once stated, "If we build 100 Starships per year, we'll have 1,000 within 10 years, capable of transporting 100 megatons of cargo per year, or about 100,000 people per Earth-Mars orbital synchronization." This shows that Musk isn't just dreaming of setting foot on Mars. He is envisioning a turning point for humanity. By 2050, the goal is not just a one-time trip, but the beginning of a new era, one where humanity doesn't just reach for the stars, but truly lives among them. The year 2050 has arrived, and what was once considered an ambitious dream has now become reality. When I talk about a reasonable time frame, I mean around 50 to 100 years. That's right, this isn't a rapid process, but the sooner we start, the further we progress. This was also the philosophy Elon Musk followed back in the 2020s. Taking action immediately instead of waiting for some future technology to accelerate the process. Because if you're trying to shape the future of humanity, simply waiting is never an option. Looking back at the time when Musk made his bold prediction, a fan once asked him if he truly believed that 1 million people could be living on Mars by 2050. His answer? Yes. At the time, many were skeptical, as building a self-sustaining colony on the red planet would not only require groundbreaking technological advancements, but also a long-term strategic plan. But now, look at where that goal has led us. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like to keep us motivated. What do you think about Elon Musk's ambitious goals? If you believe he can make them a reality, comment, "I believe in Elon Musk" below. And if you have a different opinion, feel free to share it in the comments. Who knows? By 2050, we might look back and see who made the most accurate prediction. Can we establish a colony of 1 million people on Mars by 2050? Let's ponder this. Can we truly transform Mars into a fully functional colony with 1 million inhabitants by 2050? Theoretically, yes. But only if every single factor aligns perfectly: technology, resources, timing, and perhaps a bit of luck. Because, to be frank, this is one of the most ambitious undertakings humanity has ever pursued. First and foremost, the greatest obstacle is being addressed. How do we get to Mars? If we can't set foot on the red planet, then any plans for colonization are nothing but fantasy. SpaceX has scheduled its first manned mission within the next few years, if we believe Elon Musk's bold declarations. If successful, it would mark a monumental leap for humanity. But in reality, it's merely the first step. We can't immediately send hundreds of thousands of people to a planet where no human has ever set foot. Instead, we must begin with a small pioneering group, an elite team of astronauts tasked with establishing an initial base, testing survival conditions, and assessing unforeseen challenges. The current plan is to send this group to Mars in 2025 or 2026, depending on technical factors and potential delays in SpaceX's program. Once they land, this team will begin constructing the first settlement using supplies that were pre-delivered by unmanned cargo ships. They will conduct a variety of experiments to evaluate how humans adapt to the planet's extreme conditions. After approximately 9 months, they will return to Earth to analyze the data and prepare for the next phase. Humans have never lived on Mars. We have no concrete understanding of how prolonged exposure to its lower gravity, intense radiation, and harsh environment will affect the human body. This is precisely why we must start with a small-scale mission before attempting full-scale colonization. If the initial mission proves successful, SpaceX and NASA will begin taking the next steps toward building a permanent settlement. But how do we scale this colony to 1 million people? Let's be realistic. By 2027, after the first mission concludes, Mars will only have a small base and a handful of facilities. To transform this into a thriving city, we need everything: housing, food, energy, water, and most importantly, a stable life support system. We cannot build a Martian city out of thin air. So where will the construction materials come from? There are two primary options: shipping them from Earth or extracting them from Mars itself. The first option is impractical, too costly and time-consuming. The second requires advanced technology to mine and process local resources into usable building materials. One innovative solution being considered is 3D printing structures using Martian soil with the help of autonomous rovers. The concept is promising, but there are still major technical hurdles to overcome. Food water, the ultimate survival challenge. We know that Mars has water, but extracting and purifying it for human consumption and agriculture is a different challenge altogether. As for food, we have two choices: continuously import supplies from Earth, which is expensive and unsustainable, or grow food on Mars. Just like in The Martian, we may attempt to cultivate crops inside pressurized greenhouses. However, scaling this process to feed 1 million people by 2050 is an enormous undertaking. Even if we succeed in securing power, water, and food, one looming question remains. How do we transport 1 million people to Mars? Elon Musk might have the technology to send humans to Mars, but will there be enough people willing to leave Earth behind to start a new life on an alien planet? Colonization cannot be forced. It must be voluntary. Living on Mars won't be a luxury space cruise. In the early years, there will be no TV, internet, libraries, or entertainment hubs. Life will be harsh, isolated, and demanding, much like the early days of American frontier settlements. Beyond physical survival, psychological endurance will be just as critical. Being stranded on a planet tens of millions of miles away from Earth, with no easy return, will test even the strongest individuals. So, will there really be 1 million people eager to board Elon Musk's ships and migrate to Mars? That's a question no one can answer with certainty. The dream of becoming an interplanetary species is slowly moving toward reality. But it's not as simple as booking a ticket on a spaceship. Colonizing Mars is an extraordinary challenge, one that requires cutting-edge technology, immense resources, and most importantly, the bravery and resilience of human pioneers. Can we achieve the goal of 1 million people on Mars by 2050? Perhaps. But only if we overcome immense technical, financial, and human obstacles. If one day a city truly rises on Mars, it will be the greatest testament to humanity's ability to conquer the cosmos. But to get there, we have a long, uncertain journey ahead, one that has only just begun. Thank you for watching. What do you think about Elon Musk's bold ambition to send 1 million people to Mars by 2050? Do you believe it will become a reality, or is it still just a distant dream? And more importantly, would you want to be one of the first settlers on the Red Planet? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you truly want to live on Mars, comment, "I want to live on Mars." Who knows, Elon Musk might see it and invite you to be one of the first passengers. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on more exciting content. See you in the next video.